Welcome back to 2 News. Today, the headlines: John is still gay. Also, Xbox spent like a gajillion dollars.
Oh yeah. You gotta tell me more about that. We could just start from there, man. We really could.
My fake intro is the real intro?
Could be. Your fake intro with your transatlantic accent could be perfect.
Is that what that's called?
I think so.
I don't know. It's just old-timey radio
actually,
guy.
I read something that said that that was not an accent that was ever used, except for in radio.
Okay.
That was specifically so that radio would pick up their voices better, and like you'd be able to hear them more clearly.
I'm talking like this because my microphone only listens to idiots.
Exactly. Everyone back then had to be a moron, or you couldn't be on the radio. It's kind of like today, actually.
Well, yeah, every single radio host, like every white lady, sounds like every other radio station white lady, and same thing with white guy. Like it.
You are absolutely right.
How do they go to school to learn the accent? Is there a class? Like how do they all so consistently? How do you flip from channels, except for maybe like a Yeehaw one? Sometimes they even keep it the same on there.
If you want my complete and total like my genuine opinion on this, I think they're born with it. I think you wake up one day and you're like, I have the voice.
It's
like a gift given by God.
Wow. So that's really like,
dude, oh my God, of course. It's like how 5G irradiates your brain. It's radio waves doing that to you. One day you wake up and you're like, I'm made of radio. And you just have to be a radio talk show host.
But like, okay, so how do you get the new generation? When do you like retire? Like once a new child is born, there's like a disturbance in the force, and they all feel it and seek them out and raise them.
You feel their radio waves emanating off them. Exactly. It's like if radio waves were midichlorians. You have it perfect.
They have like scanners, like boop 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 boop. It's like, we have a high reading over here in this sector. Everybody move out to investigate.
I wonder if all cultures have that.
Yeah.
You know,
well, okay.
Because we're talking about the different accents, right?
Right. So you get the Mexican music station. Do they all speak the same on there? See, I don't listen to enough of it to know.
See, my Spanish is so impeccable that I can definitely tell you that they definitely do.
Wow.
See me, I'm Mexican for viewers who don't know.
What if there's like a radio host cult that we don't know about that causes this to be so like?
That's what I'm saying, right? Is it like they do have like the Jedi and the dark side? And if so, who's the dark side? Who's the Jedi?
Okay, podcasters, right? Who all have different voices and ways of speaking, and they're not, you know.
I feel like they're not either of them. I feel like they're more like, what are the gray Jedi? The ones who are like kind of like unaffiliated with either.
Okay. Well then,
Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Joe Rogan
is the gray Jedi. So what is it, like radio as opposed to live TV, like a weather channel to people? Is that the good versus bad? They just seem like parallel to one another, not opposed.
I was thinking more along the lines of like, are the radio show talk hosts, I'm saying like they're all either Jedi or Sith. Mm-hmm. Whereas I just want to know which accent of a radio show talk host. I'm losing it. I've said it so many times.
There's so many words that mean nothing.
I'm saying the radio people.
Yeah.
The people. Which accent is the Sith?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not branching out into the other like mediums.
Oh. So you're saying, okay, there is a Jedi accent within radio, and there's a Sith accent.
Yeah, or maybe just like mannerisms. Maybe it's not even necessarily the accent.
But they're all the same.
They're not. They're not. You have to think. Stay with me on this.
Okay.
I've actually lost my train of thought, so you probably should. It's completely gone. I was going to say something, and I thought it was intelligent, and then I was like, you know what I should do about that? I should fucking lose it. Why don't we move
Can we
somewhere else?
move on? Okay.
Our intro has gone on way too long. That was a single like. We're done with this topic. Continue.
Okay. Let's get into the main news.
Yeah.
Xbox is buying Activision Blizzard Kong, which, or is it King? No, it's King. That looks like a U. I was gonna say that's a weird word. No, that's King. I thought it was King, but then I looked at the Candy Crush people.
Wait. Well, actually, that does kind of make sense to me because like the Windows Store, like with apps for your PC, I feel like Candy Crush is on there.
Oh, it is. You get ads for that crap.
Yeah. I feel like that one I don't. But
man, I really messed that one up. Sorry. I'm like, I thought it was King. Then I read it. I'm like, I guess it's not. And then it actually is. It's just a.
You are a fool.
Okay.
To be fair, that logo is kind of garbage.
Yeah, it's really funky monkey. Okay, so I'm looking at the new, let's see, news.xbox.com page right now. All right, let's give you a quick lowdown. Blah blah blah. Talking. We like gaming. Blah blah blah. As we pursue that mission, agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard. Decades make Blizzard. Blizzard. Yep. So okay, every studio included is Treyarch, Raven, High Moon, Beanox, Sledgehammer Games, Infinity Ward, Demonware, and Toys for Bob.
I recognize like 3 of those.
Well, I know. What is it? Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Raven. They're the 3 Call of Duty developers because you know how they keep it on a cycle.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Toys for Bob are the people who made Skylanders.
Oddly enough, I did recognize Toys for Bob. When I said 3, I meant Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Toys for Bob. I'm not even joking. I used to play the shit out of Skylanders.
Did you?
And then, yeah, well,
I only knew one person who ever had it.
I had so many fucking Skylanders, dude. It was insane. The problem with that is that very soon after, like, I played it for like maybe a day, like straight, I'm saying, I was like, this shit sucks. I don't know why I was playing this, and then I just dropped it, and so my sister started playing it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, no, I loved it up until the point where I did not.
It was an immediate cutoff.
Yeah, it was. I just couldn't play it.
It was flatlined and then cut off.
I got a Bakugan game for the Wii one time. That was a long time ago.
Did you like scan in the Bakugan?
No, I wish if it were that cool, I would have, because I actually did have Bakugan.
Seriously, like if all the Portal Skylanders type games were coming around at that time, dude, you put that on there, the little magnet makes it pop open, that'd be dope.
That would have been sick. That would have been awesome. And thing is, like, I don't know, I feel like magnets and technology they kind of like stick together pretty well. You feel me? Except for when you like run a magnet across like a PC and it erases all the data. That doesn't really matter.
Well, that doesn't really happen anymore. Did you know that? Things are so magnet repellent that, like, I think it was some LTT video. They got a huge magnet and just like in the thing, and it did not break it.
Is this a bait so that I just delete my PC?
No, that isn't me telling you to go get an industrial like magnet and stick it to your PC. But that's how you get like magnetic attachments for stuff and things.
The Acme magnets.
Yeah, with the U shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's still bad for screens, so I don't know if there's any.
Oh, I don't.
But like that. PC hardware. Okay, so here on the article, there's actually more. So it says Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, the Beanox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Oh wait, MLG. They bought MLG?
What?
Activision owns MLG?
Dude, does that mean we get to like get fucking the official Overwatch? What were they called?
The
they would do like,
Overwatch
the
League
Legends videos, but then they would like make the shitty MLG edits of the Overwatch Legends videos. That was so big for a while. Oh my god.
What? Like officially?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying like this was like fan made stuff, but I'm saying.
Okay. Moving on. I'm gonna finish the sentence. Okay. Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. So
it wasn't just.
There was a couple more in there that isn't on the picture.
Gotcha.
Including MLG. So that does that means Xbox is buying the Overwatch League.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does.
Which I watched a video on recently. I think it was like to buy a team, what was it, $20 million to buy that, and then you had to pay the salary, which was like actually really good for the players and stuff like that. But Overwatch just wasn't esports ready, so which is why it kind of
Yeah, I get that.
But it was on TV, it was on ESPN, which is kind of like, even if it did sort of fail, that's kind of amazing that they spent that much money to make it do nothing.
I'm more interested to see what because I'm not so much in the like FPS scene. I can enjoy one pretty well, and I'm pretty good at them, but I much prefer like the RPGs. So I'm very curious as to what they're going to do with Diablo and sort of World of Warcraft.
I'm just waiting for like the Master Chief Soldier 76 skin. You feel me?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna be what revives?
It's like, well, I mean, there's a Master Chief skin in it, so we gotta play it. That would also mean we have to play Fortnite.
I also did not realize what.
Speaking of which, another piece of news today, January 18th, Tilted Towers is back in Fortnite. So you know what John and I are doing right after this.
Separately, he's gonna go play Fortnite. I'm going to load 12 gauge.
It's still going to be about a year or less, or about that time until this closes. Just like how not Blizzard, Bethesda took a super long time to actually finish. So
that's still wild because I'm like, the revelation that Activision owned Candy Crush kind of makes me think of how the video game industry is getting monopolized right now.
Right. But like everybody's sort of happy about it.
Yeah, that's weird. It's because it's like for
Monopoly good?
Listen, when what is it called? Interchangeable parts came out into the industrial world. That was insane. People were like, "Man, when my machines break, I don't have to replace them. I just have to get them repaired now."
Interesting.
And it's so much cheaper. I feel like that's the exact same thing that's going on with Xbox.
Well, couldn't you say where it's like, well, when Microsoft made Windows, right, there was a big explosion of, wow, everything's easy to use and we can all make programs on this one thing. But then, like, is Microsoft the monopoly made a good thing, right? The fact that every single computer is the same thing and this one company controls all of it, so everybody using it uses the same, like, that's good. Like, what if we had 15 different computer OSs?
God, no, I'm good. Right? We do have fucking Mac OS, Linux,
the Ouya, like Android.
Oh god, I don't know.
Raspberry Pi.
Can you
Pretty sure you just put Linux.
I mean, yeah, they are OSs because they're not on PC. It's not. Sorry, I'm dumb, but yeah. Did you know I'm going into college for IT?
No, you didn't really tell me. You just told me you're taking generic classes, John.
Yeah, Well, I'm getting the.
Okay, what is IT? That's a very broad.
Information technology, just general information technology.
What do you do with that, John?
I don't know. I'm gonna get a degree after. I'm just trying to kind of like test out college. And then just decide.
You're really living the true college experience. I'm going there to get something for something. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even think about it. Oh my! Because
I just saw IT and I was like, yeah, that's me, and I just signed up for it.
I mean, I know the computer, yeah.
So I
see. That's my reasoning for not. It's like, okay, so I have this vague thing, but what am I gonna do? What's your message?
I have a message for all our viewers. Mm-hmm. Please let this channel fucking blow up, because otherwise I'm going to be in IT for the rest of my life, not knowing what the fuck is going on because I got a goddamn diploma. Please.
Oh. What if they just, instead of like actually supporting the channel, they just pay off your college so that like you're really stuck into it, but you're also in debt to them?
No. It's like, now you must continue making shitty videos forever, but you also have to do IT.
Yes, fixing your grandmother's PC.
Oh, is that what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up like a second channel that's just John's IT, and you
Oh
see
my
me like,
gosh.
you,
Here's
it's
how you
supposed to
turn
be-
on the Dell XPS Office home computer.
What you're trying to see is like how to repair things, but all you see is me like this is how you.
You constantly have to cut, but you do it poorly, so you always start sobbing right before you
I
cut.
feel like that's what my life is gonna be. It's gonna be like
Your eyes are red after you come back,
they're like all puffy,
looking
and shit.
dead into the camera.
Oh god, I can see it now. My eyes are already watering at the thought.
Oh wait, okay, let's get back to the article here as I'm half reading it. The
This is a long-ass
fantastic
article.
No, it isn't. The fantastic franchise across Activision Blizzard will also accelerate our plans for cloud gaming.
Oh,
Question mark? Allowing more people, more places around the world participate in Xbox community, phones, tablet, blah blah blah. Blizzard games enjoyed variety of platforms. How does Activision Blizzard specifically accelerate cloud gaming, except for the fact that there's more games on Game Pass? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I don't know.
So
you want to call up the Xbox executives and ask?
I think the main reason this next paragraph kind of gets to the main reason this is happening. It says, as a company, Microsoft is committed to the journey of inclusion, gaming, players, employees, every step of the way, blah, 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 leaders, teams, all this stuff. So I'm pretty sure this is like Activision Blizzard is like, oh no.
Yeah, I can't.
Everybody hates us. And
Yeah.
we're in big literal like legal trouble, which they should have been in, right? But then like somehow we're able to sweep it under the rug. So like I feel like because Xbox especially recently has been very the opposite of that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they open every show like pretty much saying as such. So like with this, Activision is able to save itself by like, okay, we're under the wing of these people that like aren't sucky, and you know you guys can all forget about that and go back to giving us money.
I think that's a good thing. I don't.
Well, I mean, right? That will hopefully it will result in like actual good things happening. But I'm wondering like, what is Xbox gonna come in and just like blast people in the face who've attacked women, you know? They're like, you're not being inclusive.
I feel like that's the right thing to do, though.
yeah. It's like, sorry, you didn't read the fine print. Yeah, we're gonna come in with a shotgun and blast your face off because you touched that woman's tushy.
Once again, it's like, you should have read the terms and conditions.
Sorry, pal. So, well, I guess I'm concerned. Not in the sense of will that result in a good thing, because obviously it will, but I wonder if it's like so ingrained into Activision Blizzard that ripping it out could cause a problem.
The sexual harassment?
No. Well, the fact of getting rid of like every top person, you know what I'm saying? Because all of them have done it.
Oh shit!
Right? Like the people that made Blizzard are all now gone. It's like, well, no, what now? It's like it's just a bunch of new hires.
I feel like that's actually not a bad thing, though, because a lot of the top people aren't really the programming people. They're what make the games. They might be like what pieces the games together, but they're not the people who actually create them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right, but you need that creative lead. You need to have that essence.
Right.
Yeah.
And isn't it so much better to have Xbox, the people who don't like sexually assault, than the people at Activision? Like I'm saying, Xbox obviously has the materials and the know-how to give Activision what it needs.
Right. So all I'm saying is like the big drivers behind what made Blizzard games Blizzardy and what made people love them. Now all of those people and creative talents are gone because they all suck and are lame, right? So all I'm saying is, will Blizzard games feel like Blizzard games going forward? That's all. Which I don't even really play them. The only one that I've played is Overwatch, right? So for me, I won't. Even if that is a change that has or will happen, whatever, I wouldn't know the difference. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do it, because if they don't do the 12 gauge, like blasting people out method, there's a good chance that they'll what they did with what was it, Playground Games? I don't know. One of the studios that they acquired, and they had like a very passive approach and just let the people do what they wanted to do, with even less time constraints than normal. So I feel like that's kind of the way that they're leaning is more like.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what? I
the
guess
actual creative processes matter.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. So maybe these, you know, now that the old guard is gone, right, and we have these new people, and you're concerned that it won't feel the same. Maybe it will, because the people that they hired really do embody that. But the fact that Activision as a publisher sucks so bad that, like, maybe having Xbox instead and having them, you know, not having strict deadlines and horrible, you know, whatever work conditions, maybe it won't be so different, because they're actually having, like, maybe it'll actually feel even better than it has been in recent years, because they have time to work on without big corporate.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Xbox, I feel like, has gone in this direction of they are so damned powerful that they don't have to be like impatiently greedy.
Right.
They can be like, no, we have enough money to sit and wait this game out until it's actually made.
Also,
and I gotta say, I love that.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Where they're just like, okay, we're gonna hand you a bag of cash because we obviously have it because we're Microsoft, and then we're just gonna let you do your thing.
They've really seen like the actual value of video games as like everybody has a video game in their house.
Right.
Like it's very hard to find someone who does not in fact have a game in their house. Like I even knew a very Christian family. I won't say any names, but like I was asked, do you play any games? And the girl that I was talking to said that she didn't. But they in fact did have a Wii for Wii Sports, because it was like,
heck,
I don't know, like, it was like activity. You know, I just thought that was really funny.
What, instead of like, I want to read a book this afternoon or play a bit of Wii Sports.
Yeah, right. that was what they did, and it was amazing. And that was a family activity too. So
I see. Right, instead of pulling out Monopoly, you pull out the Wii Sports.
Exactly. It was so interesting to me, because like I always played Wii bowling by myself. So, you know.
Great work, John.
Thanks. But I really like the fact that this crunch culture. Is it called crunch culture?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah. I think that's the term.
That whole thing is kind of being negated by Xbox being like, take your time, brother. Do what you do best. And
like this. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. My bad.
I don't mind, man. I'm just spitting shit out here, but it's like even though they're corporate overlords, they still feel a little bit compassionate, just because of that.
Well, it could straight up be that like Xbox One went so bad that they're like, okay, we just need to make an investment and use it as an investment and just let it cook, right? Like it will pay off, because they see how long Sony's games took, right? At the beginning of the PS4 wasn't really that good, or filled with amazing exclusives, but by the end everybody was like, oh my gosh, these are all amazing games. Everybody has to have a PS4 to play them.
And it's very, very cool to see that there was such a sudden change,
Right, they're like, oh no.
What, like 2 years ago is when the whole crunch culture... Actually, shit, when did Cyberpunk come out? Because that'll tell you everything you need to know. I think Cyberpunk may have actually been like the turn of that.
Well, I mean, it's always been a thing, right?
Yeah, but Cyberpunk coming out and being absolute dog water kind of made everyone realize, damn, we can't do that.
Whoa.
That was like... And everyone's covered this. This isn't really news at this point.
So, it's okay. That's the businessy side, right? They're making an investment of $1 bajillion into this company so it can hopefully cook and make them bigger things that'll make them money, right?
Yeah.
While also actually being good for the people making it.
Yeah, and obviously good people playing it as well.
Now for the customer, right? What do we get out of this?
We get quality games, dumbass.
We get all these games day one on Game Pass.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, my
the
God.
new Candy Crush release, day one Game Pass.
I feel like at this point we should also address the thumbnail being who's next, Sony. Like,
that's
who
a joke.
Really is next? Is it though? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because like
I'm sipping water, by the way.
they don't have anywhere to go from there. Sony's done. What the fuck are they gonna do? They can't just be like, oh, I'm also gonna be acquiring new studios now. It's gonna be and then what, they pull out like some, like, I don't know. There's literally, I can't think of a studio that hasn't been acquired. Of course, that's also with my limited gaming knowledge, but like, there really isn't much for them to do here.
Right, because EA, Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, like those are the big, third parties that people buy.
And now they're just like in the hands, the grasp of Xbox, which I maybe Xbox will continue to like let Sony exist, just chill there.
It's like, they like cross their arms and they're like, it's your move. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like it's like they just become like the little brother. Oh man, I don't know.
Well, okay, so the interesting thing is
Sony,
they didn't say, and I bet because they didn't really do that for Bethesda until later too. They didn't say what they're doing with the games, right? Like they could straight up, like nothing could change as far as platforms and what games are coming out. It's just that Microsoft makes all the profit.
That's very possible, and that's
right. So COD, is going to come out on every platform, and Diablo 4 is going to be on everything. All that stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I mean when I say maybe Xbox will kind of just let Sony exist. It's not like maybe they won't take away their games, but just be like, who's making the big money off this. You remember that,
Yeah.
And I also think that maybe it wouldn't be such a bad thing if Sony and Xbox did come together, because it was so funny with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Was that the new one?
Yeah.
I think it's really funny how like differently spec'd out they are. Like how the PS5 was just basically it was really good stuff, really well optimized, whereas the Series X was like, we're gonna blow this shit sky high. It's gonna run, and it's gonna run fucking seamlessly. But god damn, if you look inside of it, you're like, whoa.
Well, right, they did really funky stuff, right? Like they split the motherboard into two, and it's vertical, whereas Sony's just like, all right, we're gonna. Well, that's the thing, is the processor on the PS5 is technically like a step older than, because they didn't wait as long. So they got like 5.1, whereas Xbox got like 5.2. I don't know the actual number, but so in order to make up for that, they're just like, okay, let's overclock it and put a huge heatsink on it, which is to achieve the same effect.
It's amazing that they were able to do that, and of course, Demon Souls right now is like still one of the prettiest fucking games ever. It looks amazing, runs amazing, even has a cinematic mode. That's awesome. But the fact that they were both able to achieve these things with just like the different technology, it's like the innovation there is so cool to me. And I feel like if they came together, there would be so much more, and they'd be like, holy shit, look at this God console. And then we'd be like, oh my God. And then start worshiping it, and it'd be great.
The PlayStation Xbox?
Yeah, the Playbox, the X Station.
The X Station.
That's pretty cool. Not even gonna lie.
So, but that's the thing, is Microsoft is also being buddy with Nintendo, putting Cuphead, Ori, and all that on the Switch. And some people are speculating that they're gonna put the xCloud streaming on the Switch.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, okay, so they're already that's like way out there speculation. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But like what isn't is like they're working with Samsung and probably other TV people to put a streaming app on there, so you can play the xCloud games, and it's just streaming it through your smart TV, and you just connect your controller to your TV, and now you don't have to buy an Xbox. That is
so weird.
It is. It's
like exactly what Stadia tried to do, but they stuck that.
Right, and it's a new platform, and it actually worked well. Like it wasn't laggy. Man. Yeah, I know, they're really trying. And well, yeah, if we think about it, let's go up here to the page.
Hold on, I want to think about the fact that they're branching out onto other consoles and also creating a genuine cloud gaming thing, trying to do what Stadia failed.
Well, right. What's wrapped up into it, though, is you have to get Game Pass Ultimate, which means you get hundreds of games to play with. With Stadia, you're paying for the right to stream games.
That is so weird.
Right? You're paying for streaming, like, server, position, and then you have to buy the games on top of that.
It's weird to think about how much profit they could be losing out on right now, but instead of like actively addressing that, they're just like, we're being nice to gamers, the oppressed race.
Well, right, like I understand people's concerns. It's like, well, what, are we never gonna own it? Like, we're not gonna own a console, we're not gonna own physical games. But at the same time, when was the last time you bought a DVD?
Yeah, or CD for that matter.
Right. Yeah, CDGs. You're right. Like everybody streams music now, unless you're really into vinyl.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right. So okay, maybe it's a niche thing, but like the hardcore gamers were the ones who bought the more powerful one, and got the collector's editions of the games anyway. So that's not going to change for them. But say for the more casual person, now they just got to open up the Xbox app and turn on their controller, and now they can play the Xbox.
This is a massive stretch here, but I was thinking about, like, obviously cloud gaming brings the fact of, like, if you don't have good internet, it could be garbage. And then I was thinking about the fact that Elon Musk was talking about launching satellites into orbit. Everybody on Earth. Really good internet. How far are we going here, Xbox?
Yeah, Elon Musk, Microsoft buys Elon Musk. Put him in a little cage.
Not the company.
Yeah. Did you know he doesn't? I didn't know this. He doesn't take a salary.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
He just gets stocks from his company.
That's pretty powerful, though. That's pretty powerful.
Well, I mean, that's good for. I think it's for, like, he can avoid taxes. Except for the fact that now they're wanting to tax, like, what is it? Like something unmade assets, like stuff in the future. It's like stuff that you have that has value. I don't know. It's like whoa. It's like they're really out for Musk's neck. They're like, man, we gotta come up with a new tax.
Stinky U.S. government, get your nose out of there. Come on.
Get your nose out of Mr. Musk Schmuck.
Get yourself out of that Musk. Come on.
So, let's see. Is there anything else to say other than? Well, yeah. I guess it depends. There's going to be exclusive Xbox like DLC. I'm sure. Game Pass Ultimate perks where you get Xbox themed thing and whatever in COD or whatever. And I mean, think about that. Think of the value. Okay. From the customer standpoint, oh gosh, you know how they have the Xbox All Access where you can pay monthly to both get an Game Pass Ultimate subscription as well as pay off your Series console?
I do remember that, yeah.
Right. So you can, for $25 a month, you can get Game Pass Ultimate and then be paying off your Series S. And on that, you can play all of the same games you can on the Series X, right? They're not going to be as pretty, but I'm pretty sure the people playing Madden don't, care too much.
Yeah.
So now they're getting sports games from EA Access being on Game Pass Ultimate. Now they're getting every COD from Xbox owning Activision, as well as, I don't know, just other random big releases, like say Forza Horizon 5, right? That's something that I could see a casual person hopping into because it's just cars, pretty cars, and everybody was making a big deal out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to make it gaming into Netflix. It's like, how do we make all of these moving parts into one thing? So just pay $25 and you will have everything you could possibly want.
That sums it up perfectly.
There's a lot of moving parts.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, you can go so... Oh, think about this, Aiden. Big reveal. They've already started. They put Minecraft Story Mode on Netflix. Oh my god. The big reveal. Come on, man. It's been happening for so long. this is what Microsoft was made for. You thought it was for originally for computers, or I actually don't know how far Microsoft goes back, but like,
yeah, me neither.
it's all been leading up to this.
Well, I think it's really interesting. Maybe after the launch, whatever, Xbox One bad because they focused so much on TV. Maybe when Phil Spencer got that head, he's like, let's fix right now, right? Let's try and focus on things, try and get exclusives and a better console experience, and integrate it with PC since we're so linked. But then he really thought way far ahead to plan something like this out, where everything's falling into place just right.
Phil Spencer, God.
Like,
I feel like, okay, and do they have a VR? Does Microsoft have VR?
no, because I feel like it has to be in the works.
I can tell you why. People are developing Half-Dive VR right now. It's going to be bought by Microsoft.
Half-Dive?
Half-Dive. I have no idea what that means. I've just seen headlines talking about how Half-Dive is like in development.
Well, they already have Windows Mixed Reality headsets.
What is that? I've not heard of this.
Have you not heard of that? It's the most just like middle ground. Oculus and Vive are kind of like, they have their own marketplace and this and that. Windows Mixed Reality is kind of like, it's kind of meant for the Steam, like when it came out, but you can also get sort of apps that let you go into the Oculus store and the Vive store or whatever and use it. It's the most middle ground, like just plug your headset in and view things in VR headset out there.
That's kind of weird.
So like they have it, but they haven't really been doing anything with it recently. Like it's been on the down low. They haven't made many updates because like it was like with laptops, like Acer made one and HP made one and all this other stuff, and they kind of tweaked it to the way that they wanted it.
I think that actually does bring up a good point where Microsoft could realize that while there is a market for VR, especially like right now, some people can't play it for whatever reason. So they're making an all-inclusive gaming society.
I think they just want to wait for the hardware to get cheap enough, the games to sort of get fully fledged. Just wait for things to develop a bit more, so that way they don't release it half-baked. And then you have to get a PSVR 2, like right now. It's like, well, now I feel bad. I bought a PSVR 1, and now I'm just being cut off.
They're making so many good decisions, and it's kind of astounding. It's rare that you hear of, like, this is genuinely the first time that I've ever heard of a company, video game company specifically, making just straight good decisions all across the board.
Yeah.
Like they are being careful right now.
Right. So they're like, okay, let's wait for the hardware to develop. Wait for games to develop, and let's focus on the, let's get these AAA games as well as the, the experience and subscription service and all that stuff. Let's get that kicking, and then we can bust out the VR.
I feel like
now, once everybody has an Xbox or plays Xbox somehow in their household.
I've got mixed feelings about this because it's like,
An
right now
Xbox in every home, John.
We are praising a monopoly.
Yeah, but it's bringing good things. That's the as bad as as
it stays good. That's all we have to worry about.
Right, they can flip a switch and then now suddenly we're all connected and they bought everything and they're doing stuff bad.
Your information is ours. You don't want that? Too bad. You have an Xbox. You signed off on the terms and conditions. And then evil Bill Gates comes out and is like, I was still manipulating it behind the scenes. And then
pulls out comically large straw and starts sucking the data out of like an Xbox. It's all mine. I'm growing stronger. I need it to make my eternal youth. Bro, Bill Gates is weird, man. He got blood infusion stuff from like a child in order to live longer. Something weird like that. Oh, you take me
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate before I'm like,
killed.
Bill Gates is stealing stem cells from newborn children.
That's right. It's so like, Comically, like, whoa.
That is genuinely the definition of like supervillain corporate overlord.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a way to use baby
for
stem
you.
cell.
No, yeah, I don't know. Oh, geez, is that what this is all leading to?
So you have to sign off your baby to get your Xbox subscription renewed.
They're like, okay, listen, our
You have to create a baby, and in return, we'll renew your Xbox subscription.
In 9 months, when you give birth, you give that child to Xbox, who owns all of the hospitals, and then we give you your Series X. That's simple. Oh god, I can't wait for the dystopia where Bill Gates eats my baby.
Yeah. What are we having for dinner tonight, dear? Does he have a deer? I don't know.
I don't remember. I feel like there's a Miss Gates.
Yeah, Miss Gates be like. So, right. I wonder, where does this stop, right? Oh, like, I guess it could be just within gaming. It's just making gaming more accessible, right? Like, oh, now you can stream games on your phone and your TV, and now we have VR. As well as every third-party game on our subscription service.
Yeah.
And they're already super good with indies, right? Like, that's pretty much how they started Game Pass, right?
Boy, oh boy, I love Moonlighter. It is such a good game.
That's how I played Outer Wilds, which they just added back. That's one of my favorite games ever.
It's they really, and this is not an indie game. I did not know the Yakuza series existed. And they brought that to me, and I was like, yo, this shit's slapping. And I've played almost every entry in the series. Maybe not beat all of them, but played.
You played them.
I played them, that's what counts.
Also, and they said their biggest, like, sort of priority market-wise is, like, Japan. Both getting games from them and giving them stuff that they want. And, I mean, I think they sold out, like, series consoles. Like, they're even sold out there in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Which normally, I think before, it was just like you go to this store and there's 15 Xboxes and all the PlayStations are sold out.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. Given the home country of the Sonys and the whole, like, I don't know, Bandai Namco, right? Who's that owned by?
Wow.
Is that just a separate?
Is that its own? Is it a publishing? Because they made Smash, right?
I don't know if
for 3DS. What's the company I'm thinking? Yeah, right. Because Pac-Man. Yeah. At least the 3DS version. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Here, I'm going to Wikipedia.
I know that they have, like, a lot of JRPGs, and a lot of those are on Xbox. Specifically, what Tales of Arise is the big one that my dad is actually playing right now.
Right, I've heard of a lot of people kind of.
It's, as far as I know, pretty good.
Distributor of games from Square Enix to CD Projekt, Codemasters. It's a lot of stuff.
Gee whiz. I like them. They are cool.
They made a Pac-Man and a Monster Hunter
games. I don't know about their politics. I don't need to know about their politics.
They're Japanese, John.
No! All over. What have I done? But no, yeah, I like them a lot. They're good. Xbox, you should grab them. Just steal them.
Well, Sega's the big talking point.
Sonic, gross.
Also Yakuza.
My God, I turned like a soy jack right now.
and Atlas. So, like, SMT Persona.
Well, mid. Anybody who likes Persona, I'm going to stop that sentence there.
Okay, we'll never know.
You will never know.
So, yeah, I mean, we could speculate for days. What are they going to buy next? We thought they were done with Bethesda. A lot of people were like, yeah, that's a good, that's a big thing. They're going to stop there. Like, are they? Are they done yet? Is this it, right? Is this the point where we're like, okay, let's pack up, we're done buying stuff?
It can't be. I feel like they're expanding too far. And sorry, Fable 4 is something that I'm very interested in, okay? As you know, I love the Fable series. Mm-hmm. They went so far as using Playground Games to like create, as far as I know, the landscapes for that game. And there's not much news on this, given that there's fucking nothing on it. But the fact that that's even mentioned means that Xbox is using the materials that it has not only for the games that those materials are used for, but rather for games that like have absolutely nothing to do with those companies.
Right. They're rather than just buying the company and letting it just be exactly the same, they're actually smartly utilizing the assets at their fingertips.
Right. And that's beautiful to me. That is so cool. They're like letting these different companies specialize in something.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's like you do what you're good at, which might be helpful over here.
That's so cool.
Well, it's like they used it when I think when Xbox bought Bethesda, they were talking about how one of the other developers within Bethesda helped design an enemy. Maybe it was Arcane. I don't know. Arcane designed an enemy in Doom Eternal or something like that. So it's like we're gonna get that, but at an even larger scale potentially.
See, and that even goes back to earlier when I was talking about interchangeable parts in the industrial era, right? Or like modern. I don't know. That's kind of what that is allowing these different. You can call them the parts of the company to like specialize, and do their specific thing. And programming's a weird thing, and I don't know how like it all works given the fact that I'm kind of dumb as fuck. But if they make like a kind of universal, I guess, gaming engine kind of thing, and they just let these people work within it and do their own specific thing, that'd be fucking awesome. Where you have all these different companies coming together, making their little bits, and be like, man, I'm the best at specifications of enemies and weapon types and all that stuff. So I add all the stats there, and then this person comes and models them, and these people come in and take these models and add their hitboxes, and this person textures, and like all that different shit, just within the same like workspace.
Yeah. Okay. So like, what if, you know how probably within a developer itself, it has the team that does this and the team that does that.
Yeah.
That always does that for every single time. What if it's now that, but for like developers?
For Microsoft.
Right.
For Microsoft as a whole. That's what I'm saying, brother. Are we gonna get like the end all be all game? Are we gonna get the Ready Player One, dude? Is that gonna be what happens?
We're gonna make the Oasis.
Oh my god. That would be so kind of weird, actually. Dude, Bill Gates is the dude who dies and gives the main character an egg.
The egg.
The
okay.
egg.
Well, okay. So does that mean Xbox is gonna make their own metaverse now? Especially once they make VR headsets.
I fucking hope so. I cannot stand to be in Zuck's metaverse.
Bro, give me Daddy Phil Spencer's metaverse, please.
Oh my! I don't like the metaverse idea, but I actually like. Sorry, just because it was made by.
I feel like it's inevitable though. It's like, well, yeah, this is what we've all been talking about in science fiction for the past who knows how long.
And of course, it just bothers me that Zuck was the one who's like, "We're going to do this, and I'm going to use my sweet baby rays.
Yeah,
I'm going to be doing my signature barbecue live stream in my backyard in the metaverse."
Then, you know, the first people got married in the metaverse.
Did you know I'm gonna kill myself?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. That 12 gauge is coming out even faster than.
It was funny though because like I think I didn't see it, I just heard about it. Like the guy's avatar is relatively like similar to himself in person. You know, a little more trim, a little more nice, right? But the girl, like she went very over the top in making herself look too pretty. You know, not similar. So.
Well, maybe she just doesn't know how, man.
Right.
I'm just gonna go in there with a Roblox avatar and just like crash people's weddings.
So, right, like how does the metaverse stuff work? Like, do you make your character and then like, can you change it any time? Do you have immutable characteristics? Can I be Shaquille O'Neal whenever I feel like it?
Yeah, I mean you can do that in real life, but you just have to be careful.
What does that mean?
It means blackface is illegal, retard.
Oh.
Well, it's actually not illegal.
Well, it's not illegal. Hey.
Yeah, Aiden's doing blackface. Yeah, not exactly what we need for our PR, is it?
Is racism illegal in the metaverse? Can you be racist if you can be any race?
Aiden, I'm pretty sure that it actually probably is, given like that they have like terms of use and stuff.
Oh.
And how you can like banned on Facebook for certain things.
Well, I'm just saying, can we have racism, like actual racism against people who use anime avatars?
I will bring it up with the Zuck.
I will mention it at the next terms of service update meeting.
That's a joke that I keep making is where like people ask me a question and I'll keep saying I'll email the person like about a game. And I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'll email Bill Gates. Don't worry about it. Like, I got you. Oh god. That was a really long topic.
Well, right, because it branches out. Like, again, it's not... Yes, okay. Call of Duty games on Game Pass. Overwatch 2 on Game Pass. Whatever. But, like, the branching, yeah.
So far.
The far-reaching...
And a lot of it is really funny speculation, sure. But, like, it's going to be funny when it's not just funny speculation.
Right. Like, okay, so... People thought... Like, okay, Bethesda's the last big one. Maybe they'll do sort of a mid-tier like Sega and maybe pick up a couple smaller ones, like whatever the people who made We Happy Few, right? Like they got a couple smaller ones, like Double Fine. So that was the general like consensus, was they're done with big stuff. They might pick up a couple smaller ones, especially Japanese ones, to bolster that market. But now they're like, let's just take the final big pillar right after adding Ubisoft. So Ubisoft has their subscription thing where you can pretty much get all of their games like day one or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works. They're not adding that to Game Pass like how they added EA Access, but they're sort of like, let's add Rainbow Six Extraction day one on Game Pass to see how it goes. And I'm thinking that they're like, okay, if it does well, maybe we'll consider adding ourselves to Game Pass.
It's really cool. Sorry, it's really cool what they're doing.
Bro, it's good for my wallet. $15 a month for anything and everything I want to play, pretty much.
Right. Oh god, I can't wait for Fable 4 to come out and not have to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying with Halo. It's like you had to pay $60 just for the campaign because the multiplayer is already free. So that was kind of a hard pill to swallow. But nah, man, I'm playing it for free.
It's like, well, for $15 a month, but among that you get fucking billions of other games. It's amazing that they've managed to buy out, and this is a cool thing to think about. They've managed to buy all these game studios, let them work at their own pace, and by doing so, they still have releases coming out like at least every year.
Right, like now
Microsoft has new games coming to the Xbox every year, and they're all quality because they're like, take your time, brother.
Right, like that's the timeline, right? Right now we're kind of like, we got Halo and we got Forza, and you know, I mean, Psychonauts 2 was on Game Pass.
People loved it. That was a really good game. That was really like really. Oh man.
So it's not insane now, but like considering they started this a couple years ago, things are probably gonna pick up steam. Especially as we hear more from like what Rare is working on, as well as the Coalition's Perfect Dark, which I'm insanely excited for.
Oh man, I'm excited for you, man. I feel like at this point we're probably just restating points.
I like this play game for free. Me like.
Good. Jeff Bezos bad. Do not like Zuckerberg. Elon Musk is
whoever the head of Sony is. I guess they have the American head and the like Japanese head, right?
Yeah. What do we think of Doug Bowser from Nintendo?
Ooh, he's fine. He's no, you know,
he's no Reggie.
Right, he's no Reggie.
Reggie was the Reggie. We miss him.
What a lad. He was at the Game Awards.
Was he?
In the crowd. I don't know, because he's there.
Oh, in the crowd. Yeah. Gotcha. I thought you were saying like he was presenting.
No, he
a game.
didn't accept anything. Doug Bowser accepted the action adventure for Metroid.
To the podium and is like, all right, I'm presenting my my new company. It's Reggie Games.
We could seriously do one of the Mr. Incredible memes where he's getting happier and happier just with Xbox like purchases and things that you're getting.
Oh yeah.
And then for Nintendo, it's the sad one where it's like, okay, babe, it's 4 a.m. Time for you to buy Skyward Sword for $60, and it's like, yes, dear.
That is
and
so
then
painful.
also have to buy the Zelda amiibo separately for however much that is.
I wonder how what the thought process from Nintendo is on that. Like, is it a case of you have to buy our games at full price because they were made with that much like love and they always will be, or is it we're just gonna we want money?
Right, like is it for the Nintendo seal of approval and they know that's enough to get people to buy it?
Is it really just like, is it a brand
at this point?
Is it a brand? Is that?
Well, I mean, yes, because Nintendo first-party games only get down to $40.
Right,
ever.
And I feel like that's a problem when people, I don't know,
when they have options like $15 a month for a cajillion games.
Yeah. Or man, I really want to play really old Animal Crossing, but it doesn't exist. I hate the fact that they don't let
another thing, Xbox is like really backwards compatible.
Oh my god, are they? Holy shit, it's so cool.
I know. I'm playing through Resident Evil 0 right now, and that auto HDR, like when I record clips, that isn't added because it's an AI thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go and look at my clips, I'm like, wow, this looks muddy and like bad. But then when I'm playing, I'm like, yeah, this is nice deep darks and bright white. Yeah, like not only can you play it, but it's better. And I mean, Phil Spencer had his comment recently, which I don't know if you saw. Oh, that's my alarm. Where he was like, our last batch of backwards compatible that we just did is the last we can do because there's so much licensing junk that we can't really do anymore. And then he's like, at this point, you know, if you want to play your game that you have, you might as you kind of gotta emulate. I mean, anyways, I think he encouraged companies to try and allow legal emulation.
Oh, that is so
or something
good.
like that.
That is, I love that. That is, oh, what an altruistic and completely non-driven by money man. Like, he's just driven by the compassion in his heart, you know?
Yeah, he could do nothing wrong.
Master of good PR, goddamn. Like, even if he isn't that great of a person, it doesn't matter. It's just his skill in making people like him is, and being able to take the fucking maybe we're not making as much money as we could, but we're still making plenty of money. Like that kind of approach is so good because it ultimately makes him more money.
Right. Like I think the percentage wise of what Microsoft and the Xbox proportion of one another, Xbox is very small and then the spending is very small. So doing stuff like this is in hopes of getting Xbox to be as potentially household as Windows might be, I think is sort of the rationale looking at it.
Phil Spencer gaming, holy shit.
Yeah. Imagine getting emulation keys approved where you take your old NES cartridge and you have to put your you have to write on a piece of paper your username and then take a picture with the date to show Nintendo that you actually have a physical copy, and then they unlock it on your account.
Oh, that would be really weird.
It would be bizarre, but how else are you gonna do that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's you can scan the barcode of the physical box or case or something, or maybe do they have what do they call it? Numbers to identify them of any sort.
Probably on the motherboard inside of it, right? And then you have to worry about cartridges and discs and do you have the box and all that other stuff. So yeah, I understand him saying that people should try, like companies should try and pursue that, but like how? Like I understand why they don't want to, and Nintendo's just like, how about you just let's re-release Mario 64 for the 15th time, and you
I
just
feel
have
like
to buy it again.
what they could do is just, instead of having people use their old games, they could just be like, well, here's an emulation engine that you can buy for like $1, and here are all the games which you can buy also for like $1, and just make them super cheap.
Well, that's kind of what the virtual console is, but they were so like picky about getting it just right. Maybe
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it's really not that much of an open market, and people really do just have to rely on having these old cartridges and old consoles.
All right, the whole thing for emulation is I have this old game, but hardware, you know, I can't go to the store and buy a CRT. So how, like, you know, how do I preserve and continue to play this game? And there just isn't a method for you to take your NES cartridge and actually play that, besides, say, a third-party thing that you can buy that reads it. Because I know there's stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what if it was not third-party, but in fact first-party?
Well, yeah, like the Analog Pocket just came out, which reads Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. I don't know if it reads Advanced. I think it does. Right? That's literally just it has a backlit screen, you know, a new, nice, whatever. So it's just a re-released Game Boy Advance.
No. It's funny how far we've moved from what are games going to be like in the future to what are games going to be like from the past in the future.
Right. So like, okay, what if they just released the cartridge-based system, so it plays NES, SNES, and 64 games. Boom. That's one. Then you get a GameCube, Wii U system to play all those. Yeah. And then on handheld, you have the 3 Game Boys, and then I guess a DS. I mean, you can just get a DS. they continue to sell a 3DS.
It'd be nice to see Wii games come out on the Switch, because with Ring Fit
What do you mean?
Adventure,
You just got a Skyward Sword HD for $60, John.
Shut the fuck up.
Right, like, are they gonna have a Wii
You're right,
virtual
though.
console?
You're right. I don't. How does that work?
What about WiiWare games? I guess that's on the company's.
WarioWare?
No, the WiiWare, where it's like.
I'm getting tired now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm getting absurdly tired.
Okay, do we have any closing thoughts? Yeah, I think we've run our course here.
Probably, man. How do we close this out?
We answer the question, who's next?
Who's well, I feel like it's on the thumbnail, dude.
The PlayStation?
It's Sony, brother. Always has been.
Imagine, dude. Well, yeah, again, like originally Nintendo was gonna work with Sony to make the whatever, and then they split off.
What if they just end up creating like a conglomerate company altogether, where it's not necessarily Microsoft, it's not necessarily Sony, it's not necessarily
TM company,
gaming trademark. Yeah, that's.
Well, what if they just make a union type thing where it's like, yeah, we're separate, but we're kind of, I don't know, whatever. This is so hypothetical that
it is. It's just like a union to ensure like product quality kind of thing.
Well, I'm sure that exists. That's what the ESRB kind of does, you know? Not quality, but...
If you have gaming TM, they could have the slogan of "Gaming is the future."
Yeah. That's kind of scary.
That would be so cool.
It's like the one company to rule them all. If you want a game... What if they just turn everything into Candy Crush, like bad mobile games?
Then I guess that's the future we'll have to live with.
Yeah. Are we going to get like Halo Infinite mobile version? I mean, we got COD mobile.
PUBG Mobile. That was a game that, oh man.
Did you play it?
Played that, yeah. It wasn't even bad. That's the wild part.
Oh.
It wasn't even that bad. I cannot wait to get Halo Infinite on that kind of platform. That would be so,
I mean, you can stream it.
Dog water. Oh no. I don't think I like it, man.
Yeah, I xCloud doesn't work good for me. I can't stream Either
But
my
when
wife.
Elon Musk when he launches them Wi-Fi's up in the air, man, you're gonna be gaming hard all the time.
Well, I
Your boss
haven't
thinks you're
tried it
playing
on my
on
new
your
phone.
computer?
My new phone has 5G. Maybe that will.
Oh, did
Yeah.
your old phone not have 5G?
No, that's
Well, now you're gonna become a cat girl. So
oh well, yeah. Like 2 generations ago, you had to pay an extra $500 to get 5G. Now it's just included on every phone. So I feel bad for the people who invested heavily in the added 5G. I don't know if it was that much, but it was. You had to pay extra for it. Okay.
well,
Are we done here? Do you think anybody's still possibly listening to this?
probably not. If you're listening to this,
Oh yeah,
actually,
what should they comment? Like it should be one of. If you listen this far, you need to comment this.
I don't know. Just sweet baby rays. All I can think is Zuck right now, man.
Okay, the Zuck sweet baby rays.
Zuck sweet baby rays. That's your comment.
Okay, thank you for listening. If you still are.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay, bye bye.